sisters, it's wonderful to be here tonight to support my sister, Sister Joanne Messiah. Brothers and sisters, you know, I have always said to you, Parliament, Cabinet is a very lonely place when you're the rose among those thorns. And so, when Sister Joanne Messiah decided to come back home to her roots, right here in All Saints East and St. Luke, I said, thank you, Jesus. Because I know on election day, when the votes are counted, it will be Joanne Messiah all the way. Brothers and sisters, you want in this constituency to continue the legacy left by Brother Charlesworth Samuel and Brother Chester Hughes, and to build on the work that they would have done in this constituency. And Sister Joanne Messiah is the right person to continue the work here in All Saints East and St. Luke. And I'm very happy to say to Sister Joanne, St. George's is right behind you. Because on election day, when they finish counting the ballots in St. George's, we coming through with a motorcade right through All Saints East and St. Luke. And we're going to pick up Sister Joanne. And we're going all the way through the constituencies. Pick up Brother Namba, pick up Brother Chandler, pick up Brother Chester. Because this is a three-peat government. They can't stop we. They're not going to stop us. Brothers and sisters, you know, you want in a representative someone who is articulate. You want someone who is honest. You want someone who is professional. You want someone who is competent. And you have that in Sister Joanne Messiah. You don't want any incoherent, bungling person in Parliament. And you know, I worked with her opponent, Colin James. I almost said Brother Colin James. But they say he was on this side, you know. The boy didn't even know that he was in a primary poll. He didn't even know that his name was put forward in a primary poll. They drag him in. Drag him in. But I want to say this. For decades, Antigua and Barbuda fought for freedom of the press in this country. The Antigua Labour Party, and particularly Lester Bird, had the media in a chokehold. They muzzled the press in this country. And it wasn't until the advent of Observer Radio and their sojourn to the Privy Council that we were able to get freedom of the press in this country. And Colin James was a part of that struggle to get freedom of the press. And tonight I want to say to him, I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you that you would join with the likes of the motley crew of Asat Michael and Lester Bird and Lennox Weston and Malwin Joseph and Tech Green. How could you? How could you? After all we fought for as media practitioners and communications workers, how could you, Colin? Shame. Shame on you. Shame on you. Brothers and sisters, look at the caliber. Look at the caliber of representation you're getting here in All Saints East and St. Luke. A woman who fought for the rights of children across this country. She was the architect, the brainchild behind our flagship program, the National School Meals Program. It was Sister Joanne Messiah who championed the National School Meals Program and sought out all the kinks and made sure that that program is now in 23 schools across Antigua and Barbuda and 3 preschools. It's also in 3 preschools across Antigua. Sister Joanne Messiah, that is the level of representation that you are getting. And I want to tell you all you know. You all need to understand that if the Labour Party ever gets its hands on power, all of those workers in the school meals program, all of those farmers and fisher folk and retailers and wholesalers who supply to the National School Meals Program, they're gone. Believe it or not, you hear they have already started threatening people. They already start threatening people. They have workers up at the airport in the VIP lounge who said to me, members of the opposition have already begun to threaten them and tell them when or if we get in office, you're gone. Can you imagine that? That is the vindictiveness. That is the vindictiveness of the Antigua Labour Party. And you all got to understand, you got to understand that public servants, civil servants, teachers, police, airport workers, nurses, none of you will be safe. None of you will be safe if the Labour Party were to ever get into power. But what we have done as a government, we have protected the rights of those workers. And we have made sure that they have had good benefits. We have paid back pay to those workers. We have not laid off public servants. So you got to understand, brothers and sisters, this is a crucial election. This is a critical election. You got to demonstrate to the rest of the world that the United Progressive Party is good for Antigua and Barbuda. And while I'm talking about the school meals program, I want to let you know, those people who are now in St. Mary's North, you're going to be very happy that on the 5th of May, you know they don't like when we have openings. It becks them. On the 5th of May, that is Friday, the 5th of May, we are going to be opening the school meals. Is it 5th? The 2nd? Oh, dear me. The 2nd of May. Friday, the 2nd of May. We are going to be opening the National School Meals Program in Bendel School. Let me hear it. So, brothers and sisters, that program that was started by Sister Joanne Messiah will be spreading to the community of Bendels, and the children and parents of Bendels will now be able to enjoy a hot, nutritious meal. And again, what we are saying, there will be people who are working in the center, providing employment, fisher folk, farmers, retailers, wholesalers will benefit from the expansion of the school meals program. And when you give us the third term, brothers and sisters, that school meals program will be put in all of the primary schools across Antigua and Barbuda. Brothers and sisters, I want to say to you, keep focused. Don't let anybody shift you off your crease. Don't let anybody shift you off the crease. Unless it's a 6 you're going to hit or a 4. You just stand up there and make sure you get ready for when the Honorable Baldwin Spencer announced the date of the election. And when you go to the polls, you make sure you put back the United Progressive Party in power. Brothers and sisters, but I want to say one thing tonight. I want to say one thing to you tonight. Elections are not over until the last vote is counted. Until the last vote is counted. And I want you to go out every day, work in the trenches with Sister Joanne Messiah, and make sure that she comes into the House of Representatives to keep me company. I want company. So, brothers and sisters, I know that we have a lineup of speakers, but I want to say to you, don't worry. Tonight, they said they have a walkabout in your Winthrops, a youth walkabout in your Winthrops. And all the young people in your Winthrops, look. They have a few young people walking with Dean Jonas. Not one of them come from St. George's. Not one of them come from St. George's. Because they know, the people of St. George's know that I have a love affair with them. They know that they have a good representative. And while he is a batterer, me also bang man, but I beat them at the polls. I beat them at the polls. So tell the batterer, look out for the whipping come election day. Good night. I love you, brothers and sisters.